Hey guys, hello, welcome to day 3 of my tennis videos. Day 4 of the Australian Open is just been completed pretty much, so all the matches are done now. I didn't watch as much as yesterday, I was running this morning. I won't say how long I went, but yeah, I'm a little bit sore, let's say. I've decided that from today we'll call these videos or these chats a little differently. We'll call it Tennis Chats with Galps. Galps was my kind of nickname growing up. Certainly on the tennis scene, that was what I was. It was easier than Galpin. So Galps. We'll call it Tennis Chat with Galps. So that's what I'll be referring to. Not my referring to myself. Not as if I do that. So yeah, but we'll go for it. On today's video, we'll again recap the Australian Open. And all the results. I have watched a little bit. I did watch quite a fair bit still, but nowhere near as much as yesterday, certainly. So we'll recap. We'll have a Brit watch, as I'll call it. I'll go over the British results, not just in the Grand Slams. I have a few other ones as well. I'm hoping Brody came through. I'm going to claim that he did. He was a setting 5-4 up, but Liam's playing in South Africa, so hopefully Liam came through as well. I think it's going to be another good year for him, or a bit the best year yet for him personally. I know Samuel, Dave, his coach, mentioned that on the Controllers podcast that I keep going on about because it is such a good podcast. On my run as well, I did listen to Tom Hill, a very good one. If anyone hasn't heard, he is the coach to Sakari. He's only 25. It's incredible. Amazing story. Makes me very bitter and jealous, to be honest. So, yeah. No, very good story. Very humble. Would have loved to have gone down his route and the hitting and da-da-da. But anyway, just shows you need a little bit of luck in this sport. So, at every level. But yeah, first point would be that obviously yesterday I mentioned about Nick Kyrgios and kind of gave my opinion on him and his opponent and things, and obviously he did kind of prove me wrong, but I would also say right also. I think he proved me both ways, to be honest. Yeah, he came through it in 5 sets. So I finished the video and then watched him serving for the match and thought, uh-oh. But I did say, if I remember rightly, I did say that I thought for tennis purposes and for entertainment purposes, I did want him to win the match, but that I thought he could have easily lost the match, and that I still stick to the Humbert prediction that he will be, within the next year to 18 months, he'll be challenging right up there. I'd say he's going to go from strength to strength. So I stick by that, by the way, 100%. I don't back away from that. And on another day, I could have been very much proven right. He saved too much points, I think, Kyrgios. He showed what he can do, and he properly tries and gives it his all and really feeds off the crowd and things. What I will say is, going forward, if Nick beats Dominic Thiem, I will eat this table in front of me. So, I mean, that might get more views, to be fair, so just be prepared, because Friday morning or Friday afternoon lunchtime video could be called Galps Eats a Table. So, it may get some views, to be fair, but I really don't think he'll beat Thiem. I know I don't want to go crazy. With that serve, he can compete against anybody, but I think as the match goes longer, you'll see fatigue kick in. I'd be very surprised if Kyrgios wins, but again, for entertainment purposes, I would love him to win and love him to do it, but like I say, I will eat this table if he does, so be prepared for that. Yeah, that'll be fun for me, I'm sure. Yeah, but I'm glad he proved me wrong, so well done to Nick. Yeah, I made a few notes. I'm trying to make some more notes now as well, so I'm not too underprepared for these videos. A few of my notes really, I when I got back from a run, I watched a little bit of Nadal against Michael Umo, American player, fairly young still. I think they really like him in the States. He seems to be their kind of, like Berry, he seems to be, I suppose he's a good looking boy. I don't know if you noticed, but I did write, actually my note was, is Umo trying to intimidate Nadal with his tank top, short sleeve tank top, like Nadal-esque tank top, because it definitely didn't work. He is in good shape though, so it might have worked for him, but it definitely didn't work, the intimidation, because Nadal won in straights. So I thought it was just not enough firepower from Umo. Good serve, but not really enough firepower, and Nadal came through that fairly comfortably, so he carries on, which again you would predict, to be fair, so it's not exactly much of a prediction. Heather Watson, what a great effort. She played Contivate, who is a great ball striker on this court, very dangerous, I would say. Could go a little bit deeper, but again, the women's, you never know. It's so unpredictable at the minute. Yeah, but cracking effort from Heather, taking her to 3 sets. Yeah, I think she won the first, if I remember rightly. But yeah, so a good effort, and again, typifies that I do think should be in for a strong year. It's tough in Grand Slams if you're not inside the top 32 because you get to, well, first or second round especially, for definite, you come up against either a seed or someone who's beaten the seed. So very, very tough. If you're not seeded, you will come across the seed quite early on. So a tough draw, but again, proven, like I said, like I thought anyway, and hopefully in about 9 months I'll be proved right that Heather's going to have a good year, in my opinion, if she stays healthy. So yeah, good effort from her. And just to say as well, I did mention one to watch in the women's was Leylah Fernandez. Not one to watch to win it, one to watch for the future. Leylah Fernandez, young Canadian lefty, I think 18. And she's playing doubles with Heather Watson. So, and they won in 3 sets. I think they had quite a good win. So yeah, so just saying, she's obviously Watson is a good doubles player also. So maybe she sees something in other friends. But yeah, so there's some interest as well. So you can follow with Heather if they progress. But yeah, see how they get on in the doubles. I watched a bit of Medvedev, who I do like, a very unconventional game. Flat ball striker. He's kind of one of my picks, but it's not exactly hard to pick him because he did win the tour finals. I like him. He's a bit unorthodox, which is what I quite like about him. He just looked actually what I wrote was he looked a little bored. He was setting 4-1 up and then he got broken back and it got to like 5-all, but then 7-5, 6-1 from there. Yeah, just good, mentally a bit more sound, likes to have a chirp now and again. But yeah, just a bit unorthodox, good serve, smacks it. Almost looks like he doesn't break a sweat, and I'd love to see those return stats. He must be right up there making balls made on return. He stands about 20 foot back, he's nearly in the crowd returning, but he barely misses one, and then he's on his front foot, so you can't even drop shot him because he's quick. So yeah, he progressed quite comfortably as well. And also, yeah, hopefully, I'm going to say this, even though he won, my point about Norrie and Evans and how I feel like Evans might have gone a bit, not necessarily, well, yes, would have gone deeper, but also in general, Evans the next round I feel like would have won quite convincingly against this guy because I did watch a bit of this match. Norrie had a tough one, he did come through it, and actually I think Norrie is playing the best tennis of his career. I thought he played very well against Dan, and he played against Safulin, so young, not that young actually, Russian player. But it was 4 sets. There's a couple of tie breaks in there, so it was tight, and actually it felt like a bit of a 50-50 match, so probably proves me right. And I feel like he might have Nadal next, so I think that's going to be good by Cam. But again, great effort to make a third round. Geez, I would have absolutely adored to make a third round of junior Grand Slams, never mind seniors. So yeah, he's playing some good ball. So, but yeah, like I say, I think he'll come unstuck in the next round. But a tough match, and yeah, like I say, I struggle to see Norrie breaking top 30. I don't see it personally. That's a personal opinion. I'll see if he proves me wrong. I'll be the first one to not apologise. He won't watch this, I'm sure, but the first one to say it if I'm wrong. But I think he'll sit in that kind of 40 to 80 period for years because he's a worker, good attitude, and he'll beat people if they're not on the game for definite. But maybe against the top boys doesn't have enough firepower, I would guess, and enough variety in the game. I would say would be the other thing. You need a bit of variety, like Evo probably does, which is why he can maybe get top 20. So don't be surprised at that, which I'm sure you won't. Anyone knows tennis, again, I'm just saying. But probably it's quite easy predictions to make, to be fair. Yeah, but again, a few more results. I would say the kind of top boys came through quite comfortably. Domino, Australian boy, he's up there obviously. Yeah, just solid, not loads of upsets, I don't particularly think. So not a crazy amount of upsets, but I'd like to say I haven't followed as much. I know the results, but I didn't watch as much as I would like to, so I'm getting into this, like I say, so yeah, I will make up for that overnight and tomorrow as well, because I will be definitely tuning in for Team against Kyrgios, which will be box office no matter what happens. Yeah, prepare for some racket smashing and chatting and swearing and things from Kyrgios. I mean, you noticed he swore in his interview yesterday as well, quite funny at the end. Anyway, yeah, so just another point today, Andy, he plays... It's scheduled for about 3:30. He plays Moroni, who is an Italian. They're all good players at that level, so I'm not even going to say. But I do expect Murray to come through that. You can actually live stream as well if anybody wants to watch it. All 6 of you that are going to view this at some stage. If anybody wants to watch it, you can. I live streamed it through LTA's Twitter. I think if you went to Twitter and it was on Twitter and it came up. Yeah, the LTA page even, I think, as well. So you can live stream it through that if you're into that. I don't actually do Facebook or Twitter on them, but yeah, you can get on there still and still follow and go through, but you can go to the website as well, so if anyone wants to watch it, that'll be I think entertaining, because as I'm always entertained by Andy. So yeah. So if anyone wants to watch, but I would expect him. I'm picking Andy to definitely win that one, but who knows if he's recovered well? I hope he has. He had a day off yesterday, which has got to be a bonus for him. So yeah. Yeah, what I thought as well is that I'd put my money where my mouth is a little bit going into tomorrow's matches, or from midnight tonight, or however you want to put it, in tomorrow's matches, and make some predictions. So I'll just go through them in the men's and go through them in the women's, make a few predictions. And before I do that as well, I'm trying to get used to this, but yeah, congratulate. I'm really happy for the Skupskis. Really good win against Auja Aliassime and Herkats, who are probably more doubles orientated, but can obviously play singles orientated. Sorry, but obviously then they're not an established pair by any stretch, but still a very good win because they're both good players and can strike the ball. And I don't think they faced a break point. They won 2-3, I think, or 3-2. So very good win. Delighted for them. Again, they were on the podcast. Obviously, Neil split with Jamie Murray towards the end of last year. Yeah, towards the end of last year, which I thought was a bit disappointing. I think he is a bit disappointed about that. So really good to see them. Sorry, that was my bad doing. To see them progressing. So yeah, really happy for them. And Inglot and Banbridge as well. So Dom Inglot is someone I played when I was younger, and doubles actually, and got my ass whipped. But I was a bit younger, so I'm gonna say that's what it was. But incredible serve, by the way. Yeah, he actually scared me quite a lot, because I was quite a small 12, 13 year old. I was actually pretty intimidated by him, let's be honest. He was quite an intimidating figure. Let's call it a serve dominant match. Now, I'm not sure, maybe there was some breaks, but it was 7-6, 7-6, 7-6, as in reverse. So obviously they won 2-1, but they lost a tiebreak and won 2 tiebreaks. So let's call it serve dominant. So on those fast courts, no surprise, to be fair, but great for them to progress. And Salisbury and Ram, who did beat obviously Johnny O'Mara and Sitak, I think he played with. I do like O'Mara, like I say. I think he needs to just find the right partner, I'm sure. Yeah, but yeah, some good doubles progress also. So still some British interest. Don't think that, well, they're not all out yet, but there's obviously no way to go. But follow the doubles. We've got some good doubles players, and I expect the doubles players to go deep. There's no, obviously Salisbury won it last year. Again, someone I played at county weeks and things, and yeah, incredible, very very professional athletes. So yeah, follow the doubles. I wish there was more doubles on TV, by the way. So I wish there were play more of that. Obviously, Kyrgios was playing doubles today. Didn't actually see it. I think they might have lost, but I can't quite remember. But yeah. If you follow the results, you can get all the results on flash scores and things like that. So yeah, quite comfortable. So anyway, on to predictions, and then I've got at the end a thank you to not to a few people, but to anybody out there who's been watching and things. So yeah, let's go with the men's draw. So I basically got it here in front of me, who's playing, and I'm just gonna reel off who I think is gonna win. So some of them, I'm sure you go, yeah, it's just been stupid, it's obvious. There's a few banana skins, I think, or what I'd class as potential banana skins, so I will mention those as well. I'm not going to give you how many sets, because that's just crazy, but yeah, I might say expected to go long or something like that. So you've got Grigor Dimitrov, best looking man on the tour maybe, against Carino Busta. I think Dimitrov to sneak that. Carino Busta's they're both very good, obviously. Carino Busta, too good to be called a journeyman. He's the one who Djokovic, smashed the ball off the line judge and got qualified. I think that was in the quarters, wasn't it? So he made quarters at the US. So he obviously likes the Grand Slam. The faster courts, I think, suit Dimitrov. So I'm going to go Dimitrov to sneak that one. Then we've got Manarino against Zverev. Now Manarino is one I mentioned yesterday about don't be too shocked if you see him upset anybody on these courts. Probably suits him. I kind of have to not change my mind, but I think Zverev will have too much. But Manarino wouldn't surprise me, put it that way. I think it's 70-30 in 70-30 in favour of Zverev. So Zverev might lose a set, maybe in 4. Manarino's in good form, but the fast courts, if he serves well, Zverev, obviously he's very tough to stop. So yeah, you've got to go with Zverev. Next one, quite an interesting one, Karatsev, who has been getting some wins, a Russian player, against Schwartzman. Again, I love Schwartzman, one of my favourites, because he's so small, and obviously he serves about as well as me. No, he serves a lot better than me. But incredible ball striker. He's only 5'7". Incredible ball striker, incredible athlete. Just a great character on the tour again. Another one I like a lot. So I think this could again be a banana skin. Don't be surprised if Karatsev wins this. He's been in great form. I haven't seen much of him, but he's obviously a tough Russian. So don't be surprised. I will go Schwartzman, but don't be surprised if Karatsev wins. That could be where I may be wrong on that one. So And then you've got Pedro Martinez against Dusan Lajovic. I'm going to go Lajovic to win this one. Martinez had a couple of good wins, but I'm going to go Lajovic. Then you've got, I can't say this, but let's say Fuskovic, I'm going to say, who came through against Wawrinka against Rajanic. I mean, I'm not the biggest Rajanic fan. I think it's a bit one kind of game style, which is a massive serve. Obviously, he has more than that now, but I'm not his biggest fan. But I think Rajanic will win this match. It's tough to break him, and I think he'll, obviously, fatigue may set in for Fuskovic. Shapovalov, Alja Aliassim in the Battle of the Canadians. Ooh, I'm going to go for... that's a tough one. I'm going to go Felix to sneak that, actually. I'm going to go Felix to beat him. If I was picking with my heart, I'd go Shapovalov, because I think he's got a bit more about his game. Maybe has a bit more firepower, but I'm going to go Felix to take that one. We'll see. Obviously, when countrymen play each other, sometimes the matchups suit, a certain type. I think Shapovalov may have a winning record, but don't quote me on that either. Then team against Kyrgios. Well, I've said obviously I'll be eating this table if Kyrgios wins, so I can't now change it. So Dominic Thiem to win that one, and Djokovic against Fritz. In fact, actually, if Fritz beats Djokovic, I'll eat 2 tables. So that'll be 2 tables I'll be eating, to be fair. So yeah, Djokovic all day long. I don't see. Fritz came through a 5-setter. I don't see it. Don't see him. If he gets a set, he's done well, I would say. WTA, I'll try and be a bit quicker here. Sabalenka against Lee Sabalenka all day. Even though Lee had a very good win in the last round. I think against Cornet, I want to say. Vondrousova against Castilla. I'm going to go Vondrousova, even though Castilla beat Kvitova. So let's go with that. I'm just looking at these for the first time, by the way. I promise you I haven't written these down or anything. I've just got them in front of me. Jose, I can't pronounce it, against Irani. Oh, that's a tricky one, because Jose although she beat Andreescu, she is the magician. She plays double-handed both sides. I would say she is the Fabrice Santoro of female tennis. So you watch her and you think, how could she even win matches? She holds the racket halfway up half the time for drop shots and things. But just her just shows that a bit of variety, well, certainly in the women's game as well, a bit of variety can get you a long way, because she's obviously very successful, certainly on the doubles court especially. But I'm going to go Irani. I'm going to pick Irani. Came through against Williams, even though Williams was literally moving worse than me after my long run today. But yeah, I'm going to go Irani for that one. Why not? Muguruza against Diaz. Muguruza for I'd be very, very surprised. Potapova against Williams. Now, I haven't seen much of Potapova. I'm going to go Williams. Yeah, definitely Williams. But again, don't be massively surprised if Potapova proves some problems. She probably loses love, and then people are going to laugh at me. But yeah, I'm going to go Williams, obviously. Ons Jabeur against Osaka. Well, I love Ons Jabeur again. Another player I like, because just a variety in her game. She isn't in the best shape. That sounds awful, doesn't it? But for an athlete, from a tennis, I wouldn't have her in the best shape. I just think her ability is incredible. Obviously, she must be a great mover and things like that. Natural athlete, I would say. I can imagine her being quite good at the old football and things like that. So yeah, but I'm going to go Osaka. Again, Jabeur could cause problems because with her variation. I'm not sure she wants to get into a battle of striking from the back against her, but if she mixes up, maybe chops a few slides, a few drops, maybe cause a bit more trouble. But yeah, Osaka to win. Kudermetova against Halep. Again, I haven't seen loads of Kudermetova, but I know she's been getting some very good results. But I'm going to go Halep. She came through that nearly match points down against Tomljanovic. But yeah, I'm going to go Halep. Again, it's not an easy call, because Halep on the faster courts, maybe obviously you get bigger strikers against her, she could struggle. And then you've got Iga Swiatek, I think it's how you pronounce it, Swiatek, I would say, against, I think it's Fiona Ferro of France, who had a great win against Rybakina, and I messed up and said Rybakina was doing really well and wanted to watch. But Ferro's a very good player as well. But I'm going to go Swiatek. I watched her yesterday. She has this ability to almost hook around the outside of the ball with her technique and create a bit more spin than a lot of the women. Love her attitude. Game style, again, you wouldn't teach maybe the technique, just shows that technique isn't everything for definite. But I like her attitude, and I would like her to progress. I think she's got a really good head on her shoulders. So yeah, there's my predictions. I will try and write them down, and then at least I can tell you how many I maybe got right. If I get over halfway, I'll be happy. If I get less than half, then I don't think I should make another video. No, I'm not going to say that just in case, because I'm actually enjoying this. So yeah, there's my predictions. Just the last thing on this video, I'd like to say just thanks to anybody who's watched it. Sorry, that's my phone again. Thanks to anybody that's actually watched it and even taken the time out to watch it. I am trying to send this on. I don't do social media, so I've been asking friends to retweet, and anybody who's put it on Twitter and retweeted and things like that, and done that for me. I'm very grateful. I'd love to get it into people's hands and the right people, because I'm getting more confident with it and enjoying it. I enjoy it a hell of a lot. Something I'm very passionate about. I'd love to get involved in like podcasts and things like that eventually. Not to rival Control, although I'm not famous enough to even attempt to go on that one. But yeah, I'd like to get it into the right people just so they can listen and see if they agree, and and just see if anyone would like to say, if you've got any questions or anything like that, then don't hesitate. I've only got a few subscribers, but thanks to anybody that's subscribed. And if you can, just please try and share, because I'm not very good at it. Obviously, I don't do the social media side, so the only way I share it is by asking people, pretty much. So yeah, if you could share and like and subscribe would be amazing. Let's get me up to like 10,000 subscribers. I might make some money from it. So no, I'm joking. But yeah, and the last thing, obviously, let's like I say, the reason I'm doing these is because I love the sport. I love talking about it. It is something that I'd love to do in the future. Maybe coming off court a little bit more. Obviously, I'm off court all the time at the minute, so I've got time. But yeah, I love talking about it. It's something that I think I'm okay at. My knowledge is okay. It can get better. Obviously, I'm learning all the time. But yeah, I'm kind of a little bit sick of these kind of. I watch tennis and these commentators, and I go, I think I could do just as good a job half the time if I'm being truthful. Probably not, but in my head I can anyway. I'll say things before they do, and my insight maybe, and certainly I have respect for them all. But it feels like a lot of these kind of jobs go like job for the boys. It's about who you know. So, I would love, a lad from Sunderland who got to about 1,000 in the world, and stopped a long time ago, to maybe be able to one day maybe commentate on a match or something along those lines, or jump on a podcast and talk about it and talk about journeys and things. So yeah, I'm just really into it. So thank you to anybody. Yeah, and one more request, if possible, would be I've written it down, would be a hashtag. Let's go. I'm going to call myself hashtag. Can we see it? Can you see it? That's on the back of like a football scores. Hashtag Guru Galps. Hashtag Guru Galps. So it's capital G for both the G's there. Guru Galps. So with my predictions and things, I'm happy to put myself out there and make predictions and ones to watch and things like that, and see whether I come right. My Sabalenka one I'm sticking to, like I said, that was my favourite one years ago. But yeah, so hashtag Guru Galps. If we could get that going, that would be amazing. Let's get it trending. No, I know it won't trend, but yeah, just I'm gonna ask people again to share if they can. But yeah, thanks very much. Really enjoy it. I'm sorry to keep you so long. Come on, Murray, let's get a win. I'm sure. Like I say, I don't want to be eating table tomorrow, but I will be tuning in for Kira's team. But I think team will come through, like I say. But yeah, let's get Murray through as well. Come on, Andy. So enjoy. Bye, guys. Have a good day.